The first thing you're going to need is the Pillsbury sugar-free premium cake mix. Next, you're going to need some Greek yogurt. These each are 80 calories, so you're looking for something around there. And we're just going to use the cake mix. We're not going to use the instructions that come with it that said add oil, things like that. So let's add these two, and we're going to mix them around, and then we're going to add 1 cup of water. And of course, we'll mix that. And it is a very thick consistency, so that's fine if that's what you're coming up with. And we're going to weigh our pan, and I'll show you why in a bit. Let's spray the pan with some oil. And again, see how thick it is? Do your best job to just get it around the pan. And in the end here, we'll give it a good shake to get it around there. Next, while that's cooking, let's go ahead and make our fluff. So we want sugar-free, reduced calorie, instant. Make sure it's instant. And also sugar-free whipped topping. So 9 grams for 20 calories is what we're looking for, and a container to put it in, and a cup of water. First thing we're going to do is just dump out that Jell-O pudding into the container, then our 1 cup of very cold water. Let's give that a good mix. It takes a minute or so to get the pudding consistency. Next, we're going to weigh out our whipped topping. And we're looking for 36 grams. So let's mix that all together. And that is like our frosting, or what I call fluff. Put the lid on and throw that in the refrigerator. So we're going to weigh our completed cake, our cooked cake, once it's cooled. And once it's totally cooled, you really do need to cool this cake because it will get sticky. We're going to cut it and do the best job you can to cut it into 8 squares. I do a horrible job. I used to use a ruler, but I'll show you why I don't anymore. Okay, so we're going to weigh our piece of cake. There we go. Now we're going to do 40 grams of our fluff. And I just added some sprinkles for some crunch. It's less than 5 calories if you want to add that. And of course, our little cherry on top, which is also 5 calories. And that is how you eat cake on a diet. Now we're going to create a recipe. Go to your menu and recipes. Go to create a recipe and enter ingredients manually. I'm going to name this recipe. I named it chocolate cake. And if you recall, we weighed the completed and the pan. And so we're going to subtract the completed from the pan to get the amount of the cake. And that is that number there. Now we're going to add the ingredients. We're going to scan the box cake. Now this happens sometimes where the cake ingredients, or the ingredients in general, don't come up correctly. So we're going to have to enter it manually and find it that way. So we're looking for the calories to be correct here. So we're looking for 120. Found one there. And now this is for the whole entire box, 12 servings. So we're going to enter 12. So 12 times 120 is 1440. We're going to enter a yogurt, scan that. And we're going to change it to 2 servings. So we use 2 yogurts. And I'm also going to add the water only because in the future, if I want to remake this, I can refer back to the entire ingredients, which includes a cup of water. Okay, so we have everything there. So I'm going to save that. And we're going to create the recipe for our chocolate fluff. So I'm going to I name it chocolate fluff. If you recall, we have the completed pudding and then we also have the whipped topping. Add those two together and you get that number. We're also going to divide that by 8, which is 33 grams. So each piece is going to get 33 grams. So that's going to remind us that, hey, when we're doing this, it's 33 grams of fluff that we're going to rub on there. Not really rub on there, but we're going to place on there with our knife. Our pudding, 4 servings per box. Now we're going to add our whipped topping. We added 36 grams, which is 4 servings. 9 times 4 is 36. So we have that. So now we're going to add both of them. We're going to go to recipes. We're going to go to chocolate cake. So if you recall, we weighed our piece of cake and that was 77 grams. So we ate 77 grams of the total. So that comes up to 156. Now if you recall, some of that cake isn't exactly equal. So some of those bigger pieces might be 100 grams, which might be about 200 calories. Now we're going to do our fluff. So it's going to be 33 grams, which is 25 calories. So the other thing we could do, instead of entering the number, the weight, we could also do 8 servings of the fluff. Okay, and that is how you do that.